Okay guys, while you are thinking of moving to this particular country, I'm going to be talking about a country in Europe where you can immigrate in 2024. That is to say, this university is open. There is one school I will be talking about in this country. The country is actually Portugal. The reason why I have decided to talk about this particular university in this country is because, one, there are a lot of benefits in this country. Okay, so guys, if you are looking for affordable options or affordable places right now as I speak to you, there are a lot of changes in Europe and I want you to pay attention to this video. It will be of interest for you to watch the video till the very end so that you actually understand what I am talking about. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about this school. It is called the University of Algarve, and this university is located in Nova in Portugal. First thing first, understand that when you are trying to immigrate abroad, you should put accommodation into consideration. Most universities in Portugal do not have accommodations for international students, and it is time for you to also put this into consideration, because if you do not have accommodation, it may be very difficult for you to get the visa. I'm not saying that, not like most of them. Few of them have accommodation, but sometimes the accommodation may not favor you, so you have to take a look at the accommodation website during the application process. This is point number one you should put into consideration. Then now let's take a look at the university. In this school, I will talk about some fees you need to know, both the application fee, the enrollment fees and everything. Then I will talk about how the programs are arranged. First of all, let me take you to my device here and talk about the list of courses, because I want you to pay attention to a whole lot of stuff. Now, if you take a look at this university, you are going to realize that they have a lot of English programs. That is to say, this is the only school I know in Portugal that have a lot of English programs. That's programs taught in English language. If you check other schools, you will notice that they either have one program taught in Portuguese, or maybe part of the semester will be taught in Portuguese and the other semester will be taught in English. But this particular university has a lot of English programs, so you have to check that. It doesn't only apply to this. I'm just explaining to you so that when you go to other universities or other school websites, you should also focus on their programs. Language of instruction is very important. Now let's go detailing. If you are looking at the University of Algarve, you should understand that they have programs in linguistics, mathematics, chemistry, physics. Every degree program that you are looking for, they do have it here. Okay, now it's time for you to check the language of instruction. This school is actually open and accepting applications from international students. Now, we have talked about the programs. Let's take a look at some of the things that you need to know. Understand that application fee at the University of Algarve is 70 euros. And of course, enrollment fee. All right, enrollment fee now is a fee you are going to pay to the university once you are accepted into the program. You understand, the enrollment fee is 500 euros. That is the only fee you are going to pay to them. And then final fees that you are going to pay to the school is 3,000 euros. Now, this fees is paid 30 days after you land in Portugal and before the beginning of classes. That's the final fee, not the enrollment fee. Enrollment fee is 500. Then the final fee is 3,000 euros you have to pay before you start classes. This is already when you are in Portugal. Now, remember, all fees in this university are non-refundable. This is something I want you to pay attention to. Please, all the fees you are paying are non-refundable. Now, understand that in case your visa is rejected, you are not going to get either your application fee or the first deposit or whichever fee. Okay, but of course, the application fee is just 70 euros and your first deposit is 500 euros. So, if your visa is rejected, it means that you are still somehow on the safe side, because until you have been approved before you can pay the 3,000 euros for the 30 days, that's before the classes start. This money now you are only going to pay in Portugal, so you can only lose the 70 euros and the 500 euros. Now, understand that things that belongs, like things that concerns airfare ticket or the travel ticket, things that concerns the travel insurance, things that concerns the visa or the permit, it is not the responsibility of the school. You are the one to take charge of all of this. I hope you understand. So you should be putting this into your own pockets, not the school pocket. Now, we have talked about the programs, we've talked about these fees. Let's take a look at the stages, the application stage. This is in, let me say, the application process at the University of Algarve is in stages. And stage 1 include you check the programs, you check the requirements, you gather all your documents because you are going to submit them online. Now, the documents you need to submit online are your motivation letter, like your motivation letter. You also have a recommendation letter, but in certain cases, this is not compulsory. It's only like to support your application. I hope you understand. Then you also need your high school diploma. In this case, it is your WAEC if you are Nigerian. It is your O and A levels if you are Cameroonian. It is your WASI if you are Ghanaian and Liberian. For other people, you still need your high school certificate. Remember, HND is not qualified for you to apply for a master's program in Portugal. Then also, for those of you who are using high school qualifications, you need a declaration of completion of studies from your school. You have to go to your school and get declaration. For those who are from Cameroon, you would go to the GCA board and take confirmation of results. I hope you understand. Then you also need a copy of your international passport, the data page. You also need transcript of records. For those who have HND before degrees, you should combine the two transcripts together. Remember, after high school, you go first and get HND for 2 years as of Cameroon, for Cameroonians. Then you now go and you get degree for 1 year. So if you omit the transcript for the HND, you don't submit it, and you go and submit just that of the degree, they will not give you admission. You know why? Because a degree takes at least 3 years, and they will not see the HND transcript, but rather they will be seeing your degree just done for 1 year, which is not proper. So make sure you submit everything that you need. Then you also need a language proficiency. In most cases, it is not compulsory, but I think it is. If you have it, you can submit it, because, of course, Portugal is not an English-speaking country, but the majority of Portuguese speak English. So they also want to be sure that you are coming, because the language of instruction of most of these courses are in English. And their lecturers, most of them, they speak English because they didn't study only in Portugal. So you have to understand that you need to satisfy English requirements in order to study that particular program. So this is actually step 1. You gather all these documents, you create an account, you upload them online, choose your program, then you are good to go. Step 1 will be completed. Now you need to go to step 2. Step 2, now they are going to take time, the admissions team, to analyze your documents if you actually qualify to study this particular program at the University of Algarve you have chosen. Then if you are qualified, you will now be pushed to step 3, which is the admission test. This test is not something you need to take it lightly. I must inform you about this because this is a competitive application. You need to be able to put in your best so that they can be convinced that you are the perfect candidate to study the program. And there are various modules you are going to study here. There is a math test which is also involved. I actually took this because I want you to understand certain things. They are going to give you mathematics, and for the mathematics, all these things I'm talking about, you are going to find on the school website. I will drop a link below. Now, for the math test, you need to know things related to sequences. You need to know set theory. You need to learn basic logic. You need to learn basic equations. You need to learn functions, and there is something called polynomials. You need to know all of these. These are basic things done in secondary school. I think Abi is secondary school or high school. But again, these are not things related to high school mathematics or further maths. No, you just need to know all of this. It is very crucial when you are about to move to Portugal. Of course, not every school in Portugal will conduct an admission test, but this school wants to run the test. So there are other programs that if you are going in, they may ask you to write the physics test. You understand, every program has its own language test. Then if you succeed with the language test, this is going to be on 20. If you succeed, they are going to call you for an interview, which is step 5. After the interview, if you pull through, but if you succeed with this test, definitely you would be taken into the program. And of course, step 6 is the enrollment. When you finish with the enrollment, now you can now start your visa process. Remember, visa is only at the level of the embassy, and you cannot, like I said, Algarve is a school that, like I have always said it here, if you want to study in Portugal, make sure your documents are legalized. Don't say, no, I will get admission before this. Before you know, somebody will kick you out who already has the documents legalized. This is just a friendly advice. I know a lot of people will still not abide to this, but your choice is there. Remember, I'm always sharing this video because I want you to take advantage of this and try and travel. So please put all of this into consideration. It is crucial for you to note that a lot of things are still awaiting. Like, you have to apply for visa, you need proof of funds, you need to submit documents, legalized documents, and a whole lot of stuff. So please put all of this into consideration. It is so important. Okay, I hope this helps you. I will be talking again in another video on some of the things that you need to do. Those international students who have been asking me, Milton, can I study abroad if I have just ordinary level certificate and advanced level certificate? To those of you who have been asking me if you can study abroad with your baccalaureate examination, your CAP, your probatoire and baccalaureate examination or results, and to those of you who have been asking me if you can study abroad with WAEC certificates only, this is a video for you to watch. And please, if you are new here, do not forget to share this video and like the video. Press the like button and also subscribe to our channel while sharing so that somebody can benefit from this information. If you are new here, my name is Milton. Please remember, Milton said on a particular day that with your high school documents, you can study abroad. Now, this is the difference, and this is what a lot of people do not understand. There are certain countries where using just your high school documents, you will not get admissions. There are certain places, if you have been out of school for maybe like 3, 4 or 5 years and above, you may not get admissions. Now, the easiest place you can get admissions to using just your O levels, your A levels, your WAEC, your NECO, and your baccalaureate, your WASI, that has been old. Like if you haven't been to school for like 3, 4, 5, 6 or even 10 years, you can use your high school documents and apply to this particular country. The country is Canada. Do you know why I said so? Because in Europe, the competition is high. They will not drop people who recently left high school and take you that have been out of school for a very long time. If you are looking for a country where you can use your high school documents, your WAEC certificate that you haven't used, that you got 10 years or even 15 years back, I will advise you to get a college in Canada. Apply to colleges in Canada, and if you can apply to many colleges as possible, you stand a chance to get admissions and of course defend your title. But remember, you are now applying to something that when you are doing the application, make sure you are applying to something that relates to what you are actually doing at the moment, not what you did some maybe 3, 4 or 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Apply to what you are doing at the moment. This way is going to give you upper hand to get whatsoever thing you need. I hope you understand. So with those who have been asking me, can I study in Canada? Can I study abroad? You can study abroad. The reason why I choose Canada is because it is going to be easy for you to go into colleges and study a diploma program, a certificate program, or even into universities like Manitoba and Saskatchewan. It will be easy to get admissions than in Europe, because sometimes in Europe the competition is so high and a lot of people are applying because of the cost. I hope you enjoy this. Till we meet again.